All right, we are part way into. What's up, everybody? Let me not be rude. I treat this like I treat my text messages. I feel like I never have to say hello. We can just get right into the conversation. So, we are checking out Law and Crime's little documentary that they did with their Prime Crime series on Madeline Soto. We put this nice doc together. Case, I believe, was adjudicated this past summer. Um, Maybe September-ish. Feels like it's all a blur now. But yes, this was on almost every true crimer YouTube channel, like extensively. Um, I would watch this with Grizzly True Crime and Plunder and True Crime. And I think sometimes I watched on the docket. He would get most of the stuff for everybody to watch, but it was a lot. I think I connected to this because I have a child. I'm a single mom, and I think my biggest fear as a single mom is that you date someone, and they do what Stephen Stearns did. Like they date you really just to have access to your children, and then they are just harming your kid while you're trying to be in a relationship. Although there's some parts of this that are like, it's iffy. Like there's no proof that Jennifer Soto had anything to do with her daughter's disappearance, death, abuse. Um, but there's also no proof. There's no proof that she did. There's no proof that she didn't by her behavior, which seemed fishy off rip. Like they did an interview and they just look crazy. I remember seeing the interview and was like, yo, they did that shit. And Maddie or Jen just looked crazy to me. Um, and I understand she's got mental health issues, but I think she's that diabolical mental health issue, like that criminal mental health issue that I'll take advantage of the world because of my mental health issues. The I know how to lie really good mental health issues. I know how to manipulate and use people to my advantage. I know how to fake small and stupid like mental health issues. But ain't nothing wrong with that lady. She just know when to pull in and when to pull out. She just knows. And we'll watch this for a little bit. Um, See if I can react to it. Um, Again, I'm just a mom out here trying to use these videos to teach myself lessons, teach other people lessons, and try to make being a single mom out here better. All right. So I'm Melanie. Um, let's just let's do this, as they say. We're midway through. It's kind of still the introduction of it all, but here we go.
Takes his hat and shoves it down. Now, why is this important? So when we look at these nonverbal cues, it's highly suspicious that something else is going on. His affect is not the same. He's not showing sadness or concern.
Was it here?
Along this stretch, I can't remember the exact spot, but it was around where these communities were.
All right, so just to kind of catch everybody up to where we are now, I don't want to show their whole thing because I guess that's rude in the YouTube world. But Maddie had a birthday party at her grandmother's house on Sunday. Okay, came home. Mom had her come home so that she can be. Mom didn't go to the birthday party. Mom went to work. Mom had her come home because she said she wanted to spend time with her on her birthday and then bring her to school. But in actuality, mom had her boyfriend come home. He sat with her. She apparently sat with her daughter for like a half hour or so and then sent her to bed. Only to bed was not in like her own bedroom. So she could get some sleep because her bipolar was acting up. Because that's how that works. That's sarcasm. Um, you don't take your med for a day, I guess, and you start having symptoms. Apparently, I don't know. I guess I can't say that. I don't know. But her bipolar was flaring up, so she was like, "Let me get some sleep. I need good sleep. Um, why don't y'all go sleep upstairs?" So she sent her now 13-year-old, freshly 13-year-old daughter. And she's not a little 13. Like she's not a kid that looks like she's not 13 looking like she's 10. She's 13 looking like she's 13. And I don't know. Her picture, she doesn't look like a small 13-year-old. She sent her 13-year-old to sleep in a twin size bed with her on again, off again, which I think was always on again boyfriend. And when we get to parts where I think allegedly Jen Soto, I believe, was lying, I'll kind of pause it to be like, to call her on her BS. Allegedly, I believe. My opinion, which means nothing. I got no subscribers, no nothing, no nothing. I'm nobody but me. Probably gonna watch this by myself because I'm talking to myself anyway. But I'm telling you the story. All right, we'll keep going.
And it's just like in this stretch, like we could see the overpass down there. We just came down and we drove about halfway down and she was like, "That's good right here."
Okay.
I can't believe that in this day and age there's no cameras pointing on anywhere.
Police canvassed this.
All right, so they asked, they called the cops. The cops took a couple hours to come, which is annoying, which is what we just missed in this video. So they called the police to come. The police don't get there till like 8, 9 o'clock at night. Like, we ain't been watching John Walsh and America's Most Wanted our whole lives. And we all understand that when a kid go missing, they could be taken out in the first hour. So time is of the essence. I'm not sure why it took them so long. I was watching True Crime with Strategic Eyes. And he was like, it's kind of embarrassing for the police that it took them so long to get there. And he was like, it kind of shows that their community is like not funded properly. Like they don't got what they need for the police for it to take them. Because I guess there was another kid missing um in the same area, and they were sending police to deal with that. And then when they were done dealing with that, they were gonna come help her. But her grandmother and aunt called like 3 times. Um, Jen never made the phone call, and I think she never made the phone call because I think if she had called and they proved that she was lying, that probably would have been another charge. Because I've seen them do that to other cases where somebody made a call and it turns out that they did it. Like one of the first things they got charged with was like making a false police call. So yeah.
Entire area around the spot where Madeline was allegedly dropped off. And surveillance footage at a nearby church, that seemingly gives investigators their first break.
You know who I keep thinking of? Is remember how she basically ran away with the boyfriend. She left her phone home to me. It's like, that feels intentional. Like, I don't want to be tracked.
She got up. She's walking.
Oh, yeah.
And she walked away.
To where she's going.
So nobody picked her up.
The video from the church, it showed
a young woman, well, if Madeline Soto was just walking away, then that shows that if she didn't make it to school that day, that's because she decided not to show up to school. She perhaps was a runaway.
It's possible that she came here, blurry video, but it looks like a adolescent child sitting right there. The people here said that they were adamant they seen her on the property. But like I said, it's a blurry video, and I don't see her getting into anybody's car in the video. I see her sitting on property for give or take 10 minutes and then walking off property. I don't know which way she went from there.
So now we have a possible sighting of Madeline, but no one has any idea where this young teenager has gone, and the clock is ticking. Everything and everyone kicks it into high gear to try to find her.
Okay, so at this point, I think the next day they end up going back to um Maddie's house and doing like it was like a full day, and then they did like the interviews with police, right?
But there was just something in my gut that said, you guys probably need to go down and just interview the parents, just in case.
In my heart, I feel like somebody took her. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I told her good night, and yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner.
You seem very emotional right now.
Yeah. Like I remember seeing this and everybody being like, the mom's cracked out. Like, what's wrong with the mom? Like, you see pictures of her like this, and then they show her like when she first met Stefan. Like, I don't know. He destroyed that family. For real, for real. He destroyed him. Like slowly took everything away from him. And in so many ways, like as a mom, I feel like she let him. Like family kept saying that she was kind of like needy and kind of needed somebody around and just had him around just to have him around. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's watch some more.
That was my partner.
You seem very emotional right now. Explain to us.
I dropped her off. Everything.
Like I low key think that her and him went back and forth. Like, let's see who could tell the most convincing story. Like I feel like they were in on it together the entire time, and he was like standing behind her when she was doing all the interviews, like crossing her arms, like he wanted to be on camera, and it was just crazy how he trying to cry, no tears falling. He has this like nasty, like wimpy sounding voice, stupid hat on. I don't know. It's gross.
Fine when I drove away. It's the last time we saw her.
Are you, in a sense, blaming yourself?
It's hard not to. The reality keeps hitting. We don't know where she is. We don't know if she's safe. We just want a baby girl back.
Jen Soto and Stefan Stearns had an on and off again relationship, but he was.
Yeah, that was a view of her.
Jen Soto and Stefan Stearns had an on and off again relationship, but he was still visiting the family. It took us a few days to try to figure out what that relationship.
It really was not on again, off again. The only reason why he was not living with them is because they wanted rent for him staying there because he was using one of the rooms, and he didn't want to. His father was helping him pay rent. Not even helping him. His father was paying the rent, and his father said, "I'm not paying that rent for you no more. You need to leave. You need to come home because this is a grown ass man. Grown ass man, right?" So, and then even in one of the interviews, she was like, "Yeah, we're trying to get him to move back down here." Like 1 minute she tried to be like, "I don't like him," and then the next minute it was, "Yeah, I'm trying to get him back down here so he could reapply to work at Disney." I don't know why everybody wants to go to Disney. There's mad pedos in Disney, it seems like. That's all that's in that area. This dude worked at Disney. Okay. And yeah, I think the whole we're on again, off again is just a complete lie that she had to pull out so she can separate herself from him completely or try to separate herself from him. Because when she talked about him before they showed her all the videos or some of the videos of what was going um, on how he was treating her daughter, she acted like he was like the best thing ever. He was so good with her. He was this. He related to her. Da, 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 da. And then after that, she realized, oh, I can't do this with him. I can't save him. And then she tried to like pull herself away. Or the lies had to switch up because now she knows that they know he was up to no good. So she had to like switch her shit up.
Was because they called themselves boyfriend girlfriend. They said it was her fiance. Then we found out in the end they didn't even live together at the time. They had broken up. So there was a really weird dynamic between the two of them with this.
They didn't break up. He couldn't afford to live there, so he had to move back home. His dad wouldn't pay for him to live there. So they never broke up, in my opinion. Uh, Just me based on listening to all the different interviews. They never broke up. Because if they were not a couple, this is why I think they never broke up. If they were not a couple, and the second she heard a little lie. For me, the second I heard a little lie, like the second something didn't sound right, I would have turned on him with the police immediately. Like the second they showed me images of what he was doing to her, there would have been no me trying to stick up for him or speak for him. Like I wouldn't have been able to talk to nobody. Like they'll get to that part, but this is what I'm saying. Like she was down to protect him. Like she couldn't talk bad about him. You couldn't get her to talk bad about him. And so they threw it in her face like, yo, why you defending him? And then she switched it up. But up until that point, like because I would have been like, yo, where's my kid? What happened? Where did you go? Why are you being so vague with where you dropped her off at? Like, what is going on? Where is she? Like, I would have been grilling him 10 times harder than the police was.
Little girl kind of in between. He describes, and so did she, a close relationship between Madeline Soto and Stephen Stearns.
You don't want to think it's a possibility, but we know in this world, and I've investigated thousands of predators over many years, you have to look at people closest to the victim because there are the ones with the opportunity. And sadly, in this world, predators will seek vulnerable people.
I feel like I can't breathe.
Even that shit, like, and then for her to say, I feel like I can't breathe, and then we find out how Maddie passed, like, I feel like I can't breathe. No, bitch, you're not hysterical. You're not like, there's no way. Like, she not sitting still, but there's no way I'm sitting down. There's no way. Like, so the police had to, something happened to where they were just like, something ain't right. Right? And then the police turned her house into a crime scene and told them that they had to go find like a hotel or something to stay at. Hopefully we'll get there. Hold on, we'll get there.
All I keep thinking about is, where is she?
That interview immediately raised questions for us about what happened. It was
immediately. Not like immediately.
Wasn't about what they said. It's about how they acted.
This is not normal behavior. She's not the type that would just run off. We're scared. We just want her home.
Fede. Good boy, Fede. I don't know if she was trying to walk back home on her own or she was trying to go to her friend's house.
Probably the most I'll say is she would walk back to the grandma's job.
But grandmother never saw her.
Grandma said she never saw her.
Okay.
Investigators put every resource into locating Madeline. Canine tracking, officers on foot, canvassing around the neighborhood. Anything they can do to try to drum up some kind of lead.
Hey guys, so we're just gonna try to see if we can pull one more clothing. That's okay with you guys? Yeah. And then we're gonna have the dog sniff it out again.
The searches from the canines were not successful because Madeline never made it to school.
Hello. Have you seen this child?
Never made it to school. She never was in that parking lot. She was never on that street. She never was there ever. The dog is like, what y'all got me doing? This scent ain't here. Okay? The dog is like, she ain't here, Ike. She ain't here. Because he was straight up lying. Which we'll get to. We'll get to.
Yes. So if you guys see her somewhere, just give us a call.
Is this about that little girl?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've been crying all day long. I kept saying to myself, I said, I'm hoping she skipped school today.
Yeah, unfortunately, we still haven't found her. We're looking for any information possible.
There was a lot of people in that area, which kind of made it even more strange that no one would have seen this little girl, because it wasn't like you were in the middle of nowhere. This is right in the middle of a very busy area of Orlando.
We're here looking for a missing child. Do you guys have any video surveillance at all? No cameras?
No.
It shocks us because it happens in our neighborhood, It happens, I think, every day, but it's just...
It's different when it's nearby.
At this point, it is so important to cast a wider net, spread word around the entire state, even across the country, in the hopes of getting some answers.
This is every parent's worst nightmare. We have well over 100 deputies, detectives, intelligence analysts, and specialized personnel searching for Madeline right now. We will not stop until we find her.
The community immediately rallied around this little girl. The online traffic for this case was insane. That then gets all the attention of the Instagrammers and the bloggers and the YouTubers.
It's now been more than 24 hours since Madeline Soto was last seen. So investigators need to speak with Jennifer and Stefan, and they sit them down for formal interviews.
Can you tell me, when is the last time you were with someone?
Saw her, I'm gonna say Sunday night. Sunday she had her birthday party, right? What time was that party at? It started at 3 o'clock. Okay, from 3 to what time? I'm not sure, I wasn't there, I was at work.
That party was significant because early on we were trying to figure out.
I gotta slow it down because you can't hear her lies when I have it sped up. So I was trying to just get through it quickly, but we'll put it normal for this part. But yeah, so she has her birthday, have her birthday party Sunday night. Right, I think I said Saturday in the beginning, but it was actually Sunday. Her aunt drops her off at home at like 8:30, and then I believe Jen doesn't get home, she says, until 10:30. So she's there by herself with Stefan from like 8 to, well, however long he was there, because you can't even find out from Jen how long Stefan was at her house.
Did something happen at that party? There was no indication from that party that anything was wrong.
I heard her Monday getting ready for school.
Where did she go to bed?
She actually slept upstairs with, we were all going to sleep together in the same bed, but I got a new job recently. I haven't been well rested. I needed some sleep.
And Stefan is the one you're referring to, right?
Yeah, Stefan's her.
Do you guys normally all sleep together?
She sleeps with me typically. When he comes to town, he'll sleep in the guest bedroom. He moved away back in December.
So no arguments at home recently or anything?
No, nothing like that.
At first, the conversation went that they all slept in a downstairs bedroom, all three of them in the same bed. Then when the pictures come out, we see that there was an empty room that he was sleeping in, and then you see this kind of blocked off room in a common area.
All right, so this is a thing that separates me as a single mom from Jen Soto as a single mom. They didn't even get her dividers that you couldn't see through. Okay? So they have a 4-bedroom apartment, townhouse that Jen's father owns. And he rents out the rooms. Jen has a room. She has 2 other roommates that have 2 upstairs rooms. And there's one more room that they're leaving empty to rent out to somebody else, probably to make up for the fact that Jen probably ain't paying rent, and you have the 2 roommates. Stefan was there not paying rent. So, yeah. Um I think Stefan's dad stopped paying rent because I think they had him paying like as if he was paying for Jen and Stefan to live there. And his dad was like, "Well, I'm not paying her rent. Forget that. You can come home." So that's why he didn't live there anymore. He wasn't working and didn't pay the rent. Um, they had her with a makeshift bedroom in the living room, which, like, I low key do the same thing. Like, behind this screen is my bed. I turned the living room into my bedroom so all of my kids can have their own room. I tried to get the kids to take the living room. Nobody would take it. So I just took it. So I didn't have to hear them complaining every day about having to have the living room bedroom. But I think that's what you do as a mom. So your kids can have the privacy that they need. And then look at this. Like, there's a part when they were talking to one of Jen's teachers, or Maddie's teachers, and she was like, "Yeah, my mom's boyfriend's kind of weird. He's always just like hanging out in the living room." Why is he hanging out in the living room when that's her bedroom? Like, I see you got the couch here, you got they could have got these fucking dividers are killing my soul. They could have got like better dividers, right? That shit kills me. It pisses me off. She had absolutely no privacy. Like, right here is a chair, and there's pictures where you pretty much like you can see right into her bedroom space if you're sitting in this chair. And yeah. All right. We'll keep going. Let's keep going.
And that was Madeline Soto's bedroom. She did not have a bedroom with a door of her own.
It is inappropriate for a young teen girl to be in bed on a regular basis with her mother's boyfriend. It's not healthy.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Chris Henson to say that one more time in case
it's
No, I don't want it like that. Put it back. Theater mode. I want it like this. But I guess I can't. All right. I want him to say that one more time.
Young teen girl to be in bed on a regular basis with her mother's boyfriend.
All right. Did y'all hear that?
It's not healthy.
Did everybody hear that? It's not healthy. It's inappropriate. If any of y'all are out there doing that right now, please stop. It's inappropriate. Chris had to say it. All right.
It's not good. And in this case, it was a predictor of criminal activity.
What time does she normally leave for school?
We usually leave around 8:50 at the latest.
The previous night, you and Stefan had
And then that's her I'm lying voice. I'm lying. This is what I sound like when I'm lying. Lying ass. Allegedly.
Agreed that he was going to get and take her in the morning. Okay.
And they were going to stop at McDonald's and get breakfast, but she changed her mind. When Stefan called me around 10:18 in the morning, he had just let me know that he just got back home from running a few errands.
It is crucial to separate the parties out. We want them to tell from the beginning to the end the way they remember it. We want to know, is their language similar or is it word for word verbatim? Which would lead to the two of them have already corroborated, had this discussion, and already planned out.
They literally had all day. They had all that whole day to get their story straight. Okay? He says that he took her and got her up in the morning. For some reason, ain't got to be to school until. He said that he got her up for 8:30, dropped her off at school. Close to school. Okay? That's what he said. And then went to the vape shop to get vape stuff, vape juice. And went back to the house, hung out the house. Jen went to a doctor's appointment. She came back home. He had left to find another vape shop. And he said he was out running around. By that time, Jen went to pick up Maddie from school. Maddie never came out. Jen went to her mom's house to see if she could meet her at her mom's house. She never showed up. They called the police like 3 times. Police never showed up. That's the story that they gave. What actually ended up happening was he took her. He left the house mad early. Threw all her stuff out. He's on video throwing all of her stuff out. They have him on video going the complete opposite direction of the school. He pulls into like a Disney resort's parking garage. And he leaves the house with her sitting up in the front seat of the car. Goes up to some parking garage. They have him on video moving her from the front seat of the car into the trunk. They showed a still image of that. In the beginning of this, they were showing everybody everything. They showed a still image of that. So I still don't understand why they had that and let him plead no contest. Like, I don't get that. Like, they have him driving all over Orlando, like on cameras. They have him all over Orlando with her in the car, slumped over. Like, I shouldn't have did that, but I don't get why they let him plead no contest. I really don't. But and then what made it even more, like they had his phone all day, him trying to dump his phone. They had her phone, Maddie's phone all day, like doing whatever, erasing everything off of her phone probably, because we never got what they took off of her phone. Like we never got that information. I don't know if we ever will, but as far as they probably should have gotten what the communications were between him and her. But we'll never know that part. Maybe it'll come out later, but we'll never know that now. But yeah, the whole McDonald's shit was a complete lie. And then it's like, why did she? I guess is they can't prove if Jen knew that that was a lie. Right? Because if he told her that that's what they did and she wasn't there at all she can say is that's what he told me. And they can't prove if, you know what I'm saying, what he said. They can't prove if she knew or she didn't know. They have nothing that says she didn't know. And they used Telegram, her and Stefan, by the way, because there's a text that she sends to his phone to text me on Telegram, and you can't encrypt I don't know why the U.S. don't just get rid of ban Telegram. We know they could do that because they tried to do that to us with TikTok. So why not? If there's predatory ass apps out here, why not get rid of them or only make them like, if you're a lawyer, you can use these. If you're this, you can use these. Like, regular people don't need shit like that.
What they were going to say.
When you said you dropped her off, like in the area, where exactly did you drop her off?
So if you pull down the street going towards the school, it was in that stretch of sidewalk.
They kept going back to Stefan's story, and each time you could see some cracks. When you keep asking those questions, that person has to repeat. Every time they deviate from that, that could be incriminating.
So after you dropped her off, do you remember what you did after?
Yeah, after I left her,
AI is
I was just driving
crazy.
away. She looked like she was making her way towards the school like normal, so I went on with my day. I had a couple errands to run.
AI is crazy. I bet all these B-roll videos are AI. That's crazy.
$192.
Their account would be more similar if they were experiencing it exactly at the same time. We know Jen was not there to drop her off. What she was doing was parroting what he told her. She then took it on as being her story.
You'd say you guys have a pretty good relationship.
Yeah, definitely a very strong bond.
Would you say she's usually like a happy,
Very
go-lucky girl?
Very happy. She brings a lot of joy. She was so happy too. She was looking forward to my visit here. She was looking forward.
Who says that she brings a lot of joy? Yuck. Like, who talks? I've have 3 children. They are 22, 19, and 17. Although my children do bring me joy, they are the light of my life. I'll never say that shit out loud. They bring me joy. Ugh. He's a weirdo. What man says that about a kid? It's not a weirdo. Ugh. If he talked like that, I would never leave him in the house with my kids. Like, let alone be like, yeah, y'all could go share a bed. No fucking way. Ugh.
Us all being together.
Once it became apparent.
And those are all lies too. Like, her friend said that she was happy he was gone. Like, she started normaling out. Like, they tried to paint Jen and Stefan tried to make it seem like she had ADD, behavior issues, and she was this problem child, and she was starting to show bipolarisms and all of this stuff. Like, they tried to make it seem like all of this stuff was going on. And other people have said, like, she was probably having issues because she was being abused and had no one to tell because of how the way Jen Soto parroted everything that he said, the way she just took everything he said as gospel Bible truth. There's no way she could go to her that Maddie would have been able to go to her and be like, he's doing this to me. There's no way. They even interviewed like Chris's grandparents that would have her over, and the way Chris's parents talked about the case in the interviews. Like, there's a video of the mom, Chris's mom, being like, oh, she was always all over him, and I know it's wrong, but she was complicit. Like, there was no way she was ever going to go to any of the adults that lived in her house and be able to outcry to them. Like, no way at all.
That the mother's boyfriend had an unusually close relationship with the mother's daughter, you have to really dig into that. What was going on there? Were they just, a stepfather, stepdaughter type situation, relationship? Or was there something more nefarious?
The other detective mentioned that you did not have your phone yesterday.
Correct. I left my phone at home in the morning too. I was so busy.
I was checking your call history. I noticed that you don't have anything before this morning. Is that unusual on your phone?
No, it's a new phone. Stupid. I went to do an update yesterday morning. I don't know what the heck I did, but somehow I managed to factory reset my phone.
Yeah, this is the sound I make when I'm about to lie. Yeah. Stupid me, I accidentally factory reset my phone. Everybody looking at you like, what? Who does that? Nobody factory resets their phone by accident. You accidentally hit one step, two, step three. No, nobody does that. Or I don't know. I got an iPhone. I don't know how you Android people work.
And lose all of my contacts, all my information.
Mm-hmm.
How many times in the history of your cell
You heard that? Mm-hmm. Lying ass. Mm-hmm. She was not buying it at all.
phone ownership have you accidentally wiped out the call record of your phone? I have never done it. This guy now under the harsh light of scrutiny for the disappearance of his girlfriend's daughter. What are the odds that magically this happens to him? It is very suspicious. It stinks to hell.
In the meantime, while we're waiting for all this to get sorted out, I am going to hold on to your phone, okay?
Law enforcement was able to recover what was on that phone. That was the moment that people knew, oh, something is terribly wrong.
Do you have any idea where she may be?
No.
None whatsoever.
No.
Thank you so much for following the Maddie.
That might be real.
How was your night?
Not great.
Okay.
I never say getting very good sleep.
Just give us a few more minutes. I'm just waiting for somebody else to come, okay?
He was asleep when detectives walked in.
Step on. How you doing, sir?
Sorry.
That's okay. Didn't mean to wake you up. We just talked to Jennifer a little bit, so I may ask you things that you've already answered probably 3 or 4 times.
I apologize as well. My memory is not super reliable.
His behavior of sleeping over the years, he was always tired, he said, right? He was always up at night and he didn't sleep and he was all groggy and having that conversation, and he used that grogginess as an excuse.
What are the sleeping arrangements? Sunday night?
We in the same bed together, so she suggested that the guest room upstairs had big enough bed, so snuggle, cuddle time that would suffice, and Jim would get to sleep in peace.
So you say snuggle time, what does that mean?
I like to be alone. She is extremely demanding.
Morning time comes around, walk me through that a little bit.
Got out early, the plan was to get some McDonald's on the way. So we got out nice.
And then another thing. They interviewed, I don't know if they'll get to it in this. It seems like they're leaving a lot out. They interviewed one of Jen's ex-husband. Okay, and they were married for a couple of years, and he said that they divorced because he kind of couldn't deal with Jen's bipolar issues, right? it was starting to affect him and his daughter, and he didn't like that. But he said that when he stayed with her, Jen would try to have Maddie sleep in the bed with him and her, and he wasn't having it. Like he would be like, "No, we're gonna teach her to sleep in a bed by herself." Um, yeah, like he was not having it. Like any normal dude, be like, "Nah, she not sleeping in a bed with us. She could start out here, but then she got to get in the bed, or I'm gonna go sleep over here." But he was very like, "Nah, I'm not having that." So sometimes it's like when you look at all of this, it's like there was somebody that said, what if Jen was forcing the issue of them sleeping upstairs together? Like, what if she was creating a situation for that to happen? Like, because there be some moms that straight up hate their daughters. There be some moms that always look at their daughters and be like, she's bad, she's fast, she's this, she's that. Like, there's some moms that just straight up talk trash about their daughters, right? I feel like Jen might have been that kind of mom. Like when it all went down, they ended up finding out that they found out that she didn't just sleep with her. Maddie didn't just sleep with Stefan that one time. It was like 5 days a week, like every day. And she she tried to play it off at first like it was just a one-time thing, which is another lie. She tried to make it sound like it was a one-time thing. After they found all the videos and stuff on his phone, which they're about to get to, we find out that he was alone with her almost every damn day. Some of them videos were multiple times a day. So Jen has a history of putting her daughter in situations where she's in bed with some dude or trying to like, and the only reason why I say that is because the ex-husband said that she would try to do that, and then I would be like, no, you go sleep in your own bed, and he forced her to sleep in her own bed. The only reason why he can say she needs to be in bed with me is because Jen allowed it. And if you're dealing with a dude that's a predator pretty much, and he moves into the situation and Jen is saying she needs to be laid next to someone, even that sounds weird to me. I was never a mom that had my kids sleeping in the bed with me. Like the second I stopped breastfeeding was the second I got the freedom and I put them kids in their own beds. Like my kids probably didn't go past 3 months before they was in that crib. Nah, Jalen was in the crib too. Nah. Immediately they slept in the crib. I was too afraid I would roll over on them. Immediately. Every kid had their own bed or slept in the crib. Yeah, no. I bet. This is a horrible thought. I bet when she was younger, she'd sleep in the bed while they were getting it in. Like, that's how weird Jen is. I bet eventually there would have been some type of evidence. I bet they did. I ain't got proof of it. It's just a hunch. She sounded like the type of mom, based off of what other people said, she'd get it in with her daughter in the bed. And then get mad at her daughter for it.
Early. Do you remember what time you left, roughly?
Not 100%. Sorry, my memory is not been super reliable. Maybe 7:30, 7:45.
He never really looked at the police officers in the eye, never consistently always looked down or around, and then he would make excuses. I'm so sorry. Also, politeness, overly politeness and excuses are also a deceptive indicator.
But we leave the house. We start making our way to the school.
How was she like on the car ride there?
Calmed down, sleeping.
His vocal tone is down. He's got this kind of scratchy performance.
Even that conked out sleeping, like they know that he riding around with her deceased. Like I think they know that already. I think they pulled all of that and they see him riding around with her like that already.
Sort of sadness, yet his eyebrows never pinched up. The expressions and movements within his face never showed authentic sadness.
Walk me through the rest of the day.
The next stop I wanted to go to was the vape shop, maybe noonish or 1 o'clock. I had a few errands to run, and I wanted to go check out some game shops, but I wanted to be back in time for us to go. So I just ran up and down 192. Ended up getting a flat at some point, which made me late. So I got home, called her and said, "Hey, I'm so sorry, I got a flat." She already left.
Now, at this point, detectives have collected several pieces of evidence, but it's something they find in the garbage that piques their interest about Stephen Stern's movements before Madeline Soto was even reported missing.
Did you take any trash out from the apartment?
Was it night before?
Right there should have told him these niggas is on to me. Like right then and there should have put that in his head. Because they never mentioned it before. Why are they asking me this now? But people be thinking they can outsmart the police. But Jen did. Hold on. Jen did. She walked into that interrogation room and walked out and then walked back in and walked out with immunity. So it's possible. You got to stick to your story no matter what. No matter what, stick to your story.
I think I did. I'm not sure. I took the trash out.
Yeah, right there. You hear that? Yeah, I'm caught. Yeah, you caught. They're on to something.
Some point.
They started asking him questions. Hey, did you ever go to the trash? And I'm not sure at that point he knew what they were necessarily getting at.
Nowadays, cameras are everywhere. Okay.
Shown him throwing her backpack away in the dumpster.
I have kids. He's got kids. And this little girl's out there somewhere that we need to know where. And I really, really, really think you can help us.
That was the moment you could tell that he knew he was caught.
Do you know if she's ever been sexually active with anybody in the past?
Not that I'm aware of. I heard there was some sort of incident when she was much younger where she did something with the phone or a camera but got scolded for it.
From what I understand, that you gave the deputies consent to look through your phone. What do you think was on the phone?
Text messages. Emails.
Pictures?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of pictures were on there?
Trading card pictures, lightsaber pictures, Disney pictures.
When the suspect deletes things, they somehow believe that just pressing delete just clears their history forever. It doesn't work like that. Law enforcement is really powerful in this area. They've got advanced technology.
Do you have a Google account?
Yeah.
Do you save pictures to your Google account?
Sometimes.
Do you have any pictures of you?
Probably. I mean,
He's like, oh shit, I might be caught. I might be caught. I'm caught. But I think he knew he wasn't coming out of that interview room. I think he had some idea.
Disney took selfies on the train.
I see this all the time when I interview predators during our sting operations. They get to a point where they're boxed in, and then you lower the boom. You present this evidence, this digital evidence that just can't be explained away.
Any other pictures you can think of? Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you. There's your phone. And I'm pretty sure you know what some of those pictures are about. So do you want to add to the list of pictures?
No. That's the old That's what that was. I'm caught. Let me stop talking. He about to stop talking. And this is what all of them do, like all of them. This is what all the little PDs do. They realize they try to talk themselves all the way out of it, talking themselves into a hole, and then they get to this part right here, and they're like, "Fuck." Now they either gonna confess, thinking I could keep talking myself out of this, or they gonna be like, "Fuck it, let me get a lawyer. I'm done talking." Now, for some reason, in this story, we missing some shit. When they tell Maddie and they tell Jen and him that they gotta leave and go get a room. Chris's dad comes and helps them pay for part of the room, I guess. I don't know. I think he came thinking he was gonna get his dad's car, and dad was like, "Nah, not driving around in my car." And he takes Jen's car, right? Leaves the room, takes Jen's car. He drives 2 hours. I think it's 4 hours actually, to Chris's father's house, and tries to break in the house to grab thumb drives and stuff, and then go to the storage unit where this is supposed to be Chris's dad's storage unit. In this storage unit, he has servers set up, computer servers set up. So I bet he went, grabbed his laptop and stuff, and got rid of stuff. I'm putting shit together right now. I bet he went to the storage unit, got a hard drive that he had, took it home. Instead of destroying it or like dropping it in a river somewhere, I think he brought it back to the parents' house because they found it at the parents' house, I think. And then that thing had like 35,000 like CSAM images on it. Like, okay, so he went to where he dumped the body at. Because remember when they said during the day when he was out running his errands, trying to get to the vape shop, he has her body in the trunk and he's trying to drive to get rid of her body. The whole internet thinks that he was driving to there's like a gator refuge park that he was trying to drive to like drop the body off there. But then the universe intervened and he got a flat tire and he dropped the body where the tire popped. So he changed the tire, got back, and then that's how he got caught. That's how they ended up finding her. They did a tip line and somebody said they saw him at the car with a flat tire. So the universe set everything as straight as it could, but people, man. I mean, he in jail for life, but he should have got the death penalty, to be honest with you.
Should I be talking with a lawyer right now?
I can't answer that question.
I feel like I should probably have a lawyer present at this point.
Do you want to know what you're being detained for?
Yeah.
Capital sexual battery and possession of child.
He violated every single layer of that trust when he tried to develop a relationship with his child. And I would argue that he had planned this all along. And he groomed this child. And each time he got a little closer and a little further down the grooming trail, he could justify this in his own mind. And all of a sudden, detectives present him with this digital forensic.
Can you imagine all the stuff Chris Hansen's seen? Man. Like, I don't ever want to see some shit like that. Because even regular adult videos just stick in your head. So I can't imagine, like, seeing stuff like that on a regular basis or watching chats or conversations that people have on a regular basis. Like, even as an adult, I don't want to look through nobody chat history. Stay out of mine. But even like, I just can't. The stuff he's probably seen is just will stick with you forever. And God builds certain people for certain things. Um, I would say in my life, people like him, John Walsh, like, are real, and police officers and detectives in general. Like, I don't be running around here like with the police. I'm not sending them no money. I'll throw money in the boot or the hat or whatever when they doing a little drive by, those fundraisers. I'll throw whatever change I got in my car in. I ain't going into the actual account, but I just I think as you grow, you realize that there are certain jobs that not everybody are meant for, and the people that really are truly meant to be like detectives and police officers and like the Chris Hensons of the world, you got to give them their props because they see a lot of dark shit, so the rest of us don't have to. But I've been at this video for about an hour now, and I think you can hear that my voice is getting tired. If you are watching this, I am going to ask that if you would please like the video, leave a comment on stuff that I could fix or tips or whatever, um, or even like just some encouragement. Like, this will be video reaction number 2. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna finish this. I don't know when, but I'm gonna finish this just to say that I finished it. I hope I got the sound part right. Like, I hope it all sounds good. I'm gonna be so mad because the last 2 times I did this, um, my sound was good, but the video was bad, or the video was good and the mic was bad. So hopefully I did this right. I gotta get like a better situation. So, because I guess I could just sit with this. I don't know why I didn't just do this whole time. I was hunched over that entire time. My neck hurt. So, yes, please. I'm gonna work. I think I gotta work on maybe an intro and outro, right? And then I gotta work on um getting this sound stuff right. And then I could have just sat like this whole time. But yeah, we're gonna work on intro outros. Pausing and asking for the likes and the subscribes. Pacing myself a little bit more because this talking stuff is hard. Because I almost my midway through, I started feeling like I had a cold. And my neck started hurting because of how I was sitting. But yeah, we gonna sit like this from now on. And I had light. I like it. Look at that. Look at that beautiful face. See, I had light. Let's see. I think this is better. I gotta try and get this set up above me, right? Yeah, so we're gonna be done with this. If you can, leave a like just for encouragement. Leave a comment to encourage. If you have any tips you want to give me or leave them. Any comment is okay for right now, but let's be, you know, constructive. Don't be breaking me down. Um, I'm not really expecting much from this. I am. This is first of many, so we're slowly taking off, right? Well, it's there's no off yet. We are on the runway at this point. But yeah, if you can leave a comment, a like, subscribe if you want to watch the journey. Okay, 5 years from now, I might be the shit. Who knows? Who knows? I'm famous in my head already. So yes, 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 yes. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the above. At least one of the three. And if you're nice, all three. That'd be nice. All right, we're gonna pick up at where am I? 28:10. I should write that down. So I could go from right there, but I could write it down after I end this. This is what I can do. All right. Deuce to the Sis. That's cheesy as F. 20. Let me make sure I didn't fuck up.
Undeniable.
Yeah, 20. I'm at 20. No. 48:27 is where I'm at. 48:27. All right, people. Yes. All right, people. I'll talk to y'all next time. All right. Good night.